So thanks for those who are staying, and we are back to more traditional business. My name is Vit Nuzhny. I'm CEO and co-founder of SoftBlues, and I'm here to talk briefly what we actually else do we do in Ukraine in terms of IT, how we can cooperate with the UK companies and bring them some value. So first off, this is more traditional business, more into the IT digital consulting, into engineering custom software solutions. So here are some highlights of what we have achieved with my partner founder. So a few words about myself. So while Ukraine IT industry has been comparatively young, to some extent, it has been the first time, 2015, when we accounted first on a state level that this is 3% of the GDP at that time, which has been growing ever since. And hopefully we would be able to grow through the war. So what I would like to, and this is a call for action, if you know anyone looking for, do some engineering work, here we are. There are quite a lot of companies in Ukraine, thousands of them actually, that are looking for new projects at the moment, now more so than before. We have quite a number of offices all over, but 2/3 of our engineers are still in Ukraine. We certainly believe that what we have achieved through these years is the best sentiment to how we can build engineering work for our clients. We delivered a lot of different products. I think what is important, like for example in this one, so the client is one of the major agrarian holdings that achieved about 30% of efficiency. So we've been able to track where all of its few hundred fleets are, what the tractors plowing in the field, where they are, where they need service, and so on. Or this one is actually about how to, using some elements of AI, being able to grow the crop. And this one is one of the things we are doing locally. Since we moved our headquarters with the start of invasion here to London. We work with startups, specifically through the different communities here. One is in the Plexel, in a cyber runway, and it appeared that we know a lot how to do it in, kind of decent architecture, how to come up with a roadmap, like an engineering roadmap for their MVP, and how to, stop being a startup and start being a scale-up in a way, right? Which is a step towards a business. A couple of cases that just, recent cases. The first one is we got a client that said, well, I know, guys, maybe it's not for you, but I did made a donation, and since then I got a denial of service attacks on our infrastructures and so on. And here we did some analysis and did some close some of the endpoints for the client, and they're happy. Another one is the client unfortunately losing key architect, and here we managed to save the release and basically help them to deliver the solution to the market. And they are, reaching the new heights with a number of thousands users every week. So here we are, and this is it for my presentation. And I think we need a lot of new projects, same as the next few speakers after me. Please, thank you so much. No.
Hi all, my name is Margot. I'm CEO and co-founder at Legal Notes, and at Legal Notes we're building a legal platform to help founders build with confidence. Actually, there are 1.5 million tech companies that emerge every year. More than a half of them are looking to expand globally or have a cross-border element, such as distributed team. This usually requires a very deep understanding of laws and regulations across different countries and jurisdictions. But after 500 conversations with founders, we found that that process is very, very painful. It's confusing, it's expensive, it takes a lot of time. But most importantly, if you're a founder and you don't have a legal background, usually you don't know what expertise you should even reach out for. You simply don't know what you don't know. And so the current solutions actually fail founders. They're either localized cookie cutter support services that work good for founders who were born in those countries, but they don't really factor in the needs of more international founders. Or there is global coverage and there is guidance, but it costs an arm and a leg, and it's really not affordable for companies at earlier stages. And this huge problem actually represents a huge market opportunity of those unmet founder needs. The global cost of the problem at a price point of approximately $37,000 per year represents a $55 billion market, with a SAM of approximately 18 billion if you focus on earlier stage companies at pre-product through to operational stages. And this market is expanding, and the time to enter it now, because it's expanded, it's estimated to grow 25% in a decade. And we are a team best positioned to go over and after this market opportunity. We're international ourselves and founders first. So we know firsthand the problems that founders like ourselves are experiencing. We're legal experts with more than 8 years working in this field. And also we happen to be tech geeks. So we've been building legal tech solutions for over 5 years. So our solution is actually built on a very simple premise that your relationship with the lawyer is a lot like your relationship with a doctor. You need someone to help you diagnose the health issue, set out a recovery plan, and then refer you to relevant specialists for more specific advice. So meet Legal Notes. We are building a global legal OS platform for founders of innovative tech companies like ourselves that helps to streamline and simplify legal tasks. And we're currently operational in 20 plus countries. And the solution works in a very simple way. We help founders diagnose their legal needs and set a legal roadmap to address it. We assign a general practitioner, we call virtual legal officer, to ask specialists in tax, privacy, legal questions from all over the world where we work, and manages the process of engagement, payment, and also managing those service providers for the founders. And last but not least, we give back control to founders over costs, timelines, and also the types of specialists they're looking to work with. On the side of service providers and lawyers, we give them access to international clientele that they wouldn't have been able to access otherwise, and also an easy-to-use platform to manage their legal workflows. We're growing really well. In the last 12 months, we've actually earned more than $500,000 in revenues, and our MRR has grown 4 times, and 60% of our customers are coming through referrals and word of mouth, which means it's definitely working and there is definitely a need in the market. When it comes to what comes next, this is just a beginning for us. This quarter, we are launching a new feature. We call it AI Sales Assistant for service providers. And essentially, this would now open up our platform for service providers to list and sell their services. We take a commission from it. So that is an additional revenue stream. And this adds even more transparency for our clients who are working through the platform. What about scale? Well, easy access to foundation models had actually enabled us to scale 10x faster, and we have what's needed. We have a deep body of proprietary training data consisting of thousands of consultations, guidances, best practices, knowledge information. We call it a global legal brain or a global legal knowledge base that we use to train, first of all, copilots for virtual legal officers to provide better support to our clients. And in the future, we're looking to completely eradicate the human from the equation and provide AI agents for our clients. And as you may know, legal is very important. So you need to make sure that information is up to date, especially when you work in a tech space. New laws and regulations come into force every day. Well, thanks to our global service provider network, we're able to keep it up to date with the latest rules and regulations and feed it into our knowledge base. So in a nutshell, that would allow us to scale at least 10x faster. We would be able to support unlimited number of clients at a time, provide them instantaneous replies to their queries, and also do all of that without adding to the headcount. So currently we're raising our seed round, 1.5 million, and we're looking to reach 5 million ARR within 24 months. We already have investors on board. We raised previous rounds as well. And actually we're supported by founders of unicorns from Europe and other from all over the world. So if you might be interested, please reach out to me. Here is my email on the slide. Moreover, if you're a founder and if you're struggling with legal challenges, please come and talk to me or email me directly. Also, I wanted to know that we developed legal frameworks for defense tech startups. We're looking to raise funds from international investors. So if that is something that you're looking for help in that regard, please also do reach out to me and I'll be very happy to help. Thank you.
Finally. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Sarachenko. I'm Chief Executive Officer of Intellectsoft. We are a service consultancy of Californian origin, and we have a significant footprint here in the United Kingdom. But historically, vast majority of our engineering workforce, they were based in Ukraine, from where I'm from originally as well. And a couple of, just highlights, because actually the whole idea of this speech today, I would like to share some of the practical experience of serving global and UK-based clients with the help of our engineering team in Ukraine. So we are active in a number of verticals, from financial services to travel and hospitality. We are proud to serve companies ranging from early stage startups to world-renowned brands. So for example, when you're taking a speed train from St. Pancras International to Gare du Nord in Paris, so the crew on the Eurostar train, they're using an application built by Intellectsoft on their tablets and so on and so forth. So for example, Sony, we work with their EMEA headquarters based here in London, actually in Basingstoke, and we signed them last year. And surprisingly, there is a place for Ukrainian engineers, even though what my people are doing for the R&D center of Sony, I have no idea. This is so secret. I'm seriously, I have no idea what they're doing for Sony. But anyway, several lessons we learned. Unfortunately, the formatting is not preserved. But anyway. There are several things we learned, sometimes hard way. So first of all, when the full-scale invasion started, we first of all focused on the safety of our teammates. Definitely, that was the utmost priority for us as a company, and the greatest achievement of the management team is that all our people in Ukraine, they are safe and sound. So nowadays we have a distributed team and engineers in 21 countries altogether, but we don't have the exit strategy from Ukraine. And surprisingly, last year, over half of new hires, first of all, for our existing clients, they still were in Ukraine, which was very surprising to ourselves, frankly speaking. Then, of course, our second priority was provision of uninterrupted service to our clients. And getting back also to the safety piece, what we learned is that it's not about having a plan, it's rather about your ability to react to a situation that is changing constantly. But if you keep a contact with your people, if you try to work on alternatives and different scenarios, you can really achieve a lot. And one very important piece was that we practice very open communication with our people and with our clients. And starting the first night of the full-scale invasion, I was sending the communications to all of our clients, very open. And some of our clients nowadays, they insist that I have to publish that as a book, because in many ways, these daily communications or nightly communications, frankly speaking, they were a certain guidance to them in terms of what's happening on the ground and what we do as an organization, how people feel, and what the potential impact on our operations and delivery in the data security and so on and so forth. Getting back to the data security point, of course, we treated that with a very high priority and urgency. And as of today, we don't have any client where we have a significant limitations in terms of access to their infrastructure of data. And that's the result of the constant efforts from our team. They're working together with respective services on a client side to make sure that data is safe and, everything is secure. So even though we are working with multiple clients from regulated industries, and sometimes our folks, they have access to very sensitive data, we keep serving our clients, including from a Ukrainian soil. And the greatest result of that, all of these efforts from the team, was that we faced a zero client attrition last year, which not something you would expect from the company with majority of their engineers based in Ukraine. And but they put a great trust to us, our clients, and actually the team proved that no matter what, we'll deliver, right? Including the first crazy story was that the war started Thursday. And the first weekend of the war, we had scheduled promotion of one of our clients' applications to the Apple App Store. And our guys did that, sitting the whole weekend in a bomb shelter. And they did so without telling the client. And then when they mentioned that in a casual conversation to the client several weeks after that, the reaction was like, what? Where? And they said, look, that was very interesting psychological effect, because when the entire world around you is falling apart, what keeps you like moving, right? That's your family, your friends, and your job, right? And our guys, they were saying, look, I have my notebook, I have my job, I have Wi-Fi in a bomb shelter, so I just put my headphones on and I do my job. And surprisingly, to them, that was their way to keep the normality, if you like, and not really destroy yourself with all the negative thoughts. And surprisingly, the job they do was, I wouldn't say a savior factor to them, but definitely that helped them a lot. And by the way, this badge you have in the top right corner, it's a badge we reward, if you like, we shared with our client this year. And some of them, they're using that in their mail signatures to demonstrate to our teams and everybody like involved into communicating to them over email that they're working with a company in Ukraine, which was like a massive support and respect to the team. And last but not the least, so what are the obvious challenges and opportunities working with the Ukrainian IT sector? Sorry for being Captain Obvious, but that's my favorite role historically. So first of all, we cannot ignore country risks and the growing risk of air raids during the winter times, for example, and all the threats to the power grid, for example. At the same time, this is not completely new situation to us, because the war actually started 2014, and therefore we as a team, our people there, government and private sector, they learned a lot during this period of time. So therefore, I tend to believe we're way better prepared to what's going to happen in coming weeks or months. Then we have a multiple conversations with our partners and clients whether the war in Ukraine will become what we call it business as usual, like a war as usual, right? We hope it's not going to be the case, but we can only speculate this, as we have no idea how long will it take for Ukraine to win and reestablish control and sovereignty over the international borders. But at the same time, we're always saying, look, the fact that the entire history of Taiwan, the country was under constant military threat, not changing the fact that each and every piece of electronics we are wearing in our pockets, using the technology or physically produced in Taiwan. and same with South Korea, and same with more or less with Israel. So we hope it's not going to be the case, and one day this will over. But the resilience is there, and people want to keep normality. People making plans. They are like investing into their future, and they working and delivering great ideas and solutions like we've seen today from multiple speakers. So yeah, I'll try to wrap it up. Not gonna read all this nice text, but the key message here is that whatever is happening there, we learn how to live with that, and Ukraine is open for business. Again, as an international company, we don't have exit strategy. Moreover, we keep investing. And by the way, once it's over, there will be queue of people and companies looking to invest into Ukraine. And my advice, if you want to like be part of it, you'd better start doing something now. So you start small, you invest, you find a partner, you like have a team or whatever, you learn how it works, because otherwise when it's over, there will be a very long queue and you will be at the very end of this queue. So try to use this opportunity. I'm always saying that if I ever learn anything from my MBA is every crisis is an opportunity. Unfortunately, we have a real life case to demonstrate that with the help of our colleagues from Ukraine. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. My name is Anton. Thanks for staying with us. I know that I'm literally a person who's standing between you and drinks afterwards, so I will try to be very brief and tell you a little bit more about what we are doing and how we are doing. So I'm a co-founder of Datrix. Datrix is a self-service platform for analytics. Actually, we are supercharging business teams with the possibilities to work as like data analysts, both like for credit guys like FP&A or like financial planning and analysis, revenue operations. So basically, we are providing the possibility for like the people who are traditionally not like data professionals to do data stuff easily and without coding. Why is it important and why is it a problem overall? So it's surprising how many spreadsheets and Excel are in the like regular business process of enterprises right now. And like I think it was for ages, and it is going to be like this for quite some time. But like a lot of manual work is done in the spreadsheets and in Excel. And there is a particular reason why this is going on. Excel or like spreadsheets may be the best tool if you want to do both like exploration and you want to deliver the result to somebody without involving, help from like professionals. So if I want to do kind of what if analysis, what will happen if like interest rates growing or something like that, and I want to share it with my manager, probably like to make a quick and dirty solution, I will do it in Excel or in spreadsheets. The problem is here that it is kind of if I need to do this like each month, that this process is like super manual and requires a lot of efforts, and it's prone to errors. And if I want to work with like larger data sets, for example, I want to like scroll through my like 500,000 clients or like 1 million clients, like maybe Excel is not the best way to do this. And in this case, the only ways like how it works right now is to go to the data teams and say, hey, I need to like take the data from data warehouse. I need to do the data blending. Some data engineers should do this, and some DevOps should deploy this solution, and somebody should build the BI report to do this. So it's like far away from like working in Excel and creating the data application. So we are solving this problem by providing these capabilities for like FP&A teams and like overall business teams, mostly in banks and in enterprises, without involving like the engineering. How does it look like? It looks like the the workflow creator basically you create it from the bricks. You're uploading the data, you're doing the data prep, like data blending, you can explore the data. And like with the use of AI, you can like literally type what do you want to do, and like the platform will suggest you, like, I need to like clean this data. I want to sort my transactions without like missing recipient or something like that. And like you will literally do it without involving the programmers. And basically, like business teams can literally save up to 70% of the time creating these kind of things without without coding. Moreover, you're starting from the data and like you're going all the way. You can, in a couple of clicks, you can create the application, you can create the dashboard, or like what if scenario, like as I've mentioned, without, you know, involving anybody else except of yourself. So that's why we are used by like the companies both in like in Ukraine, in UK. We do have like some of the our major customer segment is banks, like for example, like Revolut in here in UK, like Private Bank, for example, and in Ukraine, like TBI banking, like it happens. Still we have this client, thanks thanks to them. So basically we are helping them to supercharge their teams and supercharge their operations to do more stuff without like without coding. It, like as I mentioned, it works like in super easy way, like from uploading the data, then doing like the data prep or exploration, and like what are the changes, maybe like joining the data and creating and deploying the app so that you can share it. This is like example of the reporting. Our business model is charging like from 30K based on the number of licenses or number of users we are using. We are installing the client's environment so that we are, you know, the data is not leaving the premises. For banks, it's super important. We have the right team for this. We are backed by like leading investors such as like Y Combinator, and like we have like previous background in both like banking, data science, and that's how like, and consultancy. Basically, that's where the idea came from. And the maybe one thing I wanted to mention is like the generative AI and overall, like, and this is not to say AI which lives in, and this really helps to be a prompt interface for us, and like the user can interact with the software much easier, and that's we are using pretty extensively, so that like you can type what you want to do, and like literally you can type and create the application from like your literal natural language query, let's say. We are about to start the fundraise for like Series A for around like 8 million. And what we are looking for, we are always looking for enterprises who want to implement these kind of solutions, who want to transform their operations and like day-to-day analytics with AI and automation. Banks, financial services companies, and overall like the companies large enough to do a lot of process manually in spreadsheets. That's it. That's about us. We are Detrix. We are building the platform that helps to be as intuitive as Excel and as functional as programming languages as Python and like Power BI overall, helping to analyze and create data processes without coding. Thank you, and feel free to contact me now or afterwards.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alex, CEO and co-founder of FinMap. Our story began more than 4 years ago, while we were doing more than 200 custom consulting projects for small businesses in financial management in Ukraine. Meet our user, Andrew. Andrew has been in the business for 7 years and has a lot of projects going on simultaneously. Keeping track on all the small expenses and payments is too much, as they keep getting mixed up between Andrew's head and in Excel spreadsheets. While working on projects, Andrew wants to see analytics on incomes and expenses. He wants to see which projects bring him profit so he can turn away unprofitable clients and optimize the company's resources. Sometimes he does not even know how much money he has in his company. He takes no data-driven decisions and relies on his gut. And more than 90% of SMEs all over the world are suffering from the same problems. And more than 70% of those businesses die due to the cash gap. This is why we have created FinMap. FinMap is the cash flow management tool to help small and mid-sized businesses like agencies, developers, constructors to get a real-time visibility on what's going on in their business in terms of money, avoid cash gaps, and make the right decisions. They know how much money their company is earning, which projects are more profitable, and most of all, they finally have understandable financial reports that are generated automatically. Well, we're much more than just another financial management tool. We're not doing any tax accounting or bookkeeping. We're focusing on day-to-day financial management, and we're helping to avoid using self-made spreadsheets in SMEs businesses. We are unique because of more than 2,800 different integrations with banks, different invoicing tools, softwares, and other products, and even cryptocurrencies. So the small business owners definitely know how much money they have in all the places where they are storing it. We're a SaaS business model. Our subscription model starts from $24 per month, and we generate also extra revenue from different educational products and setup fees. We're scaling rapidly because of our omni-channel marketing. And recently we have rebuilt our pipelines, and we're scaling more than 15% month over month. We're tackling the 400 million market all over the world. And our primary markets are Central Europe, Eastern Europe, countries in Africa, and Southeast Asia. Right now, we have worked a lot on our unit economy, and we tripled our unit economy during this year. Currently, more than 3,000 businesses in more than 50 countries are using our tool daily. A very important part of our story is our co-founder, Ivan, who is right now on the front line, defending our country and doing his best while we're doing our best inside of the business. And also, as previous speakers, and especially companies from Ukraine, we were and we are passing through the same things, like our marketing managers who are working in the bomb shelters, or for example, like Ivan is signing our investment agreement exactly from the trench, from the front line. Well, we are a team of 35 brilliant experts from different expertise, from different companies, and also we're alumni from 500 startups and Startup Wise Guys. We have our amazing investors on board who are VC funds and angels. Right now, we're raising our bridge round in a volume of 1 million, and we already have our allocation of 180,000 to back up this round, and almost all of the round is closed right now. If you want to help us bring financial management to the developing countries, please come find us. We would love to talk to you. Thank you.